Tactical on Thursday, 17th of January, exclusively on 5 Star.
Boyzone star Shane Lynch is out to defeat his inner demons now on Channel 5. Brand new and with strong language. It's Dyslexic, My Secret Past.
I'm Shane Lynch, and you'll probably best know me for being a member of Boyzone. But I've been keeping a secret my whole life. I can't read or write. Ever since school, I've tried to find ways to avoid being found out, because it's something that I find embarrassing. I didn't set out to be any kind of a rebel. I just set out to survive. 5 years ago, someone did suggest I might be dyslexic, but I've yet to have it confirmed. I don't know how I'm going to deal with it. I know I can't read and write, but I don't want to be called dumb either. Dyslexia is a learning difficulty that can drastically affect a person's ability to read, write, and spell. An estimated 1 in 10 people are dyslexic. That's over 6 million people in Britain. But with so many people too afraid to admit it, the real figure is still unknown.
I'm still struggling at 22, and if I'd known I had it when I was younger, would it have helped me?
I want to find out how it impacts on people's lives.
On my hand was. I'm sick of it. Sick of waking up and looking at the same 4 walls and that big red door in front of me, locked.
By doing this program, I hope to break the taboo of asking for help. To do that, I'll have to face my own demons and be assessed for dyslexia. But it's something that fills me with fear. I feel destructive, I feel evil, I feel reckless. Why the fuck am I coming here if this is what it's doing to me? From the age of 17, I've been a part of Boyzone. But away from the spotlight, I prefer the peace of the countryside and spending time with my little girl, Billy Ray.
There's yellow ones, white ones, red ones.
Isn't there red ones there?
No red ones today.
No. My time spent with Billy is precious. The walk from home to the park, going through little things from bushes to flowers to birds to... just general walk of life is very important. Oh, you can't learn that in school. You learn that hanging out with your parents. Yeah, that's very important. Hey, look over there.
Cows!
Wow, why do you think they're all sitting down?
They're just resting because they want to look at us.
I wonder would they come over later when we're passing on the way back. I was never really an emotional guy until I had a baby. That kind of love and that bond is pretty incredible.
That's my red.
Billy Ray is only 3, but she's already picked up that there's something not right about my reading. Let's look at the other one. Okay. At night time, she used to ask me to read her a story. When I'm reading her that story, she's actually, because she retains information very well, she knows I'm not reading it correctly. I'm just making it up from the pictures off the page. I was slightly, I wouldn't say upset by that, but I did have a feeling of, actually, I would like to be able to read this story. Yeah. And, like a gruffalo. I grew up in the 1980s in Dublin, and today I've come back to revisit a key part of my childhood. By the age of 11, I was painfully aware my reading and writing was falling way behind, and the sense of failure made school a place I came to dread. Any excuse not to go through them doors, I would find. If I was told if I was late one more time, I'd be suspended for a week. Damn Skippy, guaranteed I was going to be late one more time. No one picked up on the fact that I couldn't read, and a learning difficulty was certainly never mentioned. I'm actually going back with my head held high as a 35-year-old man in a pretty nice position in life. But it could have been very different.
How are you, boss? You alright? Have you got your homework?
Franco's one of my closest friends from school, and we're still great pals. But I've never told them of the anguish I went through to hide my secret every day in class.
Oh, the fear of life in me in here. Honest to God, the fear of life in me in here. Of how the heck do I get away yet again today? It began here, you know? It began at this very chair, this very corner, this very... looking out the corridor. Now, see that corridor direct? I know I sat in front of the door because that's freedom. That's freedom right there. So freedom ahead of me. And the madness in my peripheral vision. How do we get through this day? I didn't set out to be any kind of a rebel. I just set out to survive.
I think you've done quite well considering your struggles. I didn't realise how much you struggled, to be honest.
Because I never told you.
You probably struggle inside more than you have outside.
Absolutely.
I quickly learned that survival meant finding any way possible to avoid the gaze of my teachers.
Mostly, I would be behind and slightly hold back from the larger individual within the class. And I would make sure I was, if they sat there, I would sat here, and that was the screen from the forefront of being picked out.
What were you frightened of?
I'm frightened of being called forward to read something because I can't read. I can open a book and I can't tell you what's on that page. So I'm being scared of being exposed to other students. It's the embarrassment, it's the shame, and I made sure that never happened in my life.
I wasn't sorry to say goodbye to the school, but I left not knowing why I'd struggled.
If it's diagnosed to be dyslexia, now I'm still going on a whim that someone told me once upon a time, you're dyslexic, great. However, I still don't know that for sure. I don't know if I'm dyslexic. I'm on this journey trying to figure out how kids, adults, get through life without, like myself, being able to read or write.
I've come to the local pub to hear my dad's take on my illiteracy.
You come out of school, the baby school, and they said you can't read and write. Nobody ever heard of the word dyslexia at that stage, never mind you never to spell it. And then you go to the next school, and they just said you didn't like school and you were lazy. And, well, I didn't like school, your man didn't like school, so you just put it down to you being slow read, what the hell? That would be my attitude to it anyway.
I know I was lazy. Like, I know I didn't open the book. But was it because I was lazy or because I just didn't understand it?
It was so difficult.
It was so difficult to break it down, and it took so much time. By the time a teacher had said something that I didn't understand, before I'd kind of said, what does that mean? It's moved on. And as it moves on, all of a sudden you go, well, I'm fucking saying nothing. Because it's way away, they're way gone. You know, the class has gone ahead of the game. So you don't dare say anything.
For most kids who leave school without any qualifications, the future is bleak. But I was incredibly lucky.
Welcome back.
Hey, look, it's never bad to be back, that's for sure.
I was mad about cars, and my dad set me to work at his garage.
I think in all that I do in life, I think the most passion I have is certainly for cars.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, certainly is.
You may not like to admit it, but in ways you're a huge chip off the old block.
I've no problem admitting that. I do know that, believe me, I know that. This was a dream place for me. I was delighted. Couldn't wait to get out of school. Couldn't wait to get out of school for obvious reasons. But at the same time, still to come here and be part of that family business. Obviously things took a turn and a way off. I went around the world. But I mean, this was definitely my dream, without a shadow of doubt.
To get work as a mechanic today, you have to pass written exams. So working here would no longer be an option for me. In doing this program, I've agreed to talk about my illiteracy, but I didn't realise how strongly it would still affect me. Something I become very aware of when I'm asked to read from a mechanic's manual on camera.
Can you read us a page out of that?
No fucking way, not here and now. It's not the right day for that. No. I'm not prepared to do that at all. To be there like a bleeding lemon going, the book is the... Fuck that shit. I'd never allow that to be shown. I don't show weakness.
I think that's the key, though. That you're calling it a weak side.
And to get something wrong affects me. It affects me too much. So if I tried to read this for you, couldn't do it, I would feel I looked stupid because I couldn't read something, and I wouldn't sleep. I would not sleep tonight. I was happy talking about the emotions and all of that, but actually facing that demon, in respect, the demon's there, and I'm actually quite scared of that demon. So I don't know how to show that side. I can tell you all about it, but I can't show you. Yet.
Unken is good, but just how good? Well, it's not quite 0 calorie, lighter than air. And it doesn't hold the secret to eternal youth. It probably won't make you rich and famous. Or save the world. And it definitely won't give you superpowers. It just comes in big, generous pots that are also available in deliciously fruity, fat-free flavors.
Ouch.
So actually, you've never had it so good.
See you two later.
Oh, what if it's golden syrup, eh?
You're gonna need it.
He looks shattered. Should look after him more often.
I will.
New Weetabix baked with golden syrup. Fuel for big days.
Sally, have you got your coat on?
Hello, bye.
I reckon we've got about half an hour.
I like your thinking.
You do?
You get the ladder, I'll get the filler.
Make the in-laws a little bit envious with up to 50% off in the Everest January sale.
Carrying a mucus cough and cold around all day can be exhausting. Benylin cough and cold tablets relieve stubborn mucus cold symptoms, whilst thinning and loosening chest mucus. Help shift your mucus with Benylin.
I've never given anybody their freedom.
You really free?
Yes.
You want to dress like that?
It's time to rescue your wife.
There's no need to stock up with the KFC Bargain Bucket. From only $10.99, it's always great value. Did you know that 20 minutes a day with Sendertone can be like doing 120 abdominal punches? Add tone, add Sendertone at sendertone.com.
Some of your best loved brands are down to just 75p in Iceland's big brand sale. Get more for your money at Iceland.
Burns.
I haven't put enough lotion on.
Base jumping. Broken bones. Blood. And bandages. There must be something in the water in Benidorm ER, 8 o'clock Tuesday on Channel 5.
My name is Shane Lynch, and I've kept a secret my whole life. I can't read or write. I've been told my problem could be dyslexia, but I've never taken that step to find out.
If we go through this journey and I'm not dyslexic, I'm just a lazy, good-for-nothing kid, what I've always been told, then, yeah, that might be a little bit hard to take.
I know what it's like to hide your struggles in school on a daily basis. 20 years on, I want to see what's changed. Today I'm off to Luckier School in Dorset to meet some dyslexic kids. Unlike me, they've been encouraged to admit their problems.
They've got all the help that I could have ever possibly wanted and needed. But actually would I have wanted it? Now looking at this situation, would I put my hand up and say, look, I need extra help to be exposed to the rest of my classmates, my friends and all that, saying, oh Shane, he needs extra help. Is there a certain amount of pride in that?
Luckyers is a mainstream school, but it's proactive in working with dyslexia. Sharon Bowles oversees the special learning needs of the whole school.
I'm really passionate that children who do find things difficult don't sit and struggle in silence.
Right.
So we encourage people to tell us if they're finding it difficult, but what we don't do is let them suffer in silence.
Right.
Because then they can just shut down or start to get really naughty.
But I know I would have just fronted everything. I never put my hand up and said, I don't understand. I never kind of went through any of that.
Yeah.
I just ducked and dived and got on with it, you know what I mean? So, God, you've got a hard job on your hands, that's for sure, you know? Hello, how are you doing?
It's believed that 10% of all pupils in the UK are dyslexic, and that's up to 3 in every class. This school uses learning tools that are designed to help students make sense of how they see the word on a page.
Hi, my sandy hand Shane. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
What's handy hands? That's not
And what's the stand all about?
Sometimes you mumble around words. Sand is different because you can actually feel where you're drawing.
Okay.
When they're using sand or some Play-Doh, they feel the shape of the letters. Some people can learn by looking at things, and some people learn by feeling things.
And do you find one easier than the other?
Feeling helps better.
Helps you a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
A good thing about this is the fact that it doesn't matter if they get it wrong, because they just rub it out quickly.
Okay.
They're not making a mess of their books.
Yeah. No scribbles, no... Yeah. Oh, very interesting.
The children here are encouraged not to be ashamed of their dyslexia, but like me, they still find it hard every day.
Thank you for allowing me to talk to you, because I grew up in a similar situation to you guys. Well, my early days were very intimidating. I was scared coming to school because I couldn't understand what was on the page. I couldn't read and I couldn't write. How old were you guys when you first knew you couldn't really get on like the rest of the kids were getting on? Let's start with it. 10. You were 10? Okay, so it's quite recent for you then. Wow. When a teacher's doing something on the board and you couldn't understand it, what did you feel like?
I felt really scared.
Scared?
And worried that I was doing everything right. And because all my friends used to see what I did, they used to call me names and I didn't like it. I used to get into loads of fights. And
really? And what about now?
when I found out that I did have dyslexia, I thought, well, that proves to them that I was trying hard.
So it was a relief for you almost. Yeah. When you were diagnosed with dyslexia, did you even know what that word meant?
No, I got really confused because I thought I was disabled or I didn't really know what I was. I try and keep it secret as possible because I find it embarrassing and that I don't want anyone to know.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm reading a book a bit babyish or I'm not spelling things right. I just don't want people to know.
We've been working with Enrico, and I know that often you've got yourself into situations where you've been a bit naughty and a bit of a pickle sometimes.
Hey Rico, you causing trouble?
Well, he did come with a bit of a reputation, I have to say, for being a bit of a naughty boy.
Okay.
And then within like 2 or 3 weeks we thought, I know what the problem is. Could you read everything you were asked to do?
No.
So how did it make you feel?
It made me feel a bit angry because I can't really do something and I really want to write it down.
You want to do well, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And it's really tricky for you to do if you can't read what you're meant to be doing in the first place. But he's making so much progress.
Amazingly enough, listening
to the students. You know, it's definitely not a million miles from how I remember. Of course you're going to feel stupid if you don't understand something a teacher's saying when 30 other kids in the class do and you one there don't get it. You're going to feel stupid. And yeah, I completely understood their embarrassment about it. Hearing the children's stories has brought back the terrifying daily struggles I had during my childhood. I've come to visit my sister Tara to see if she realised what I was going through.
Right. Yeah, good. Give me a drink, beer. What's happening?
Beer. You didn't have a cup of tea.
You're usually the best host ever.
Do you want a beer?
Yeah, I do. Whose spare dinner is that? I like that as well.
There's no point.
We went to the same school in Dublin, now a distant memory for Tara.
So how was Dublin?
It's alright, actually.
How was the grade? That's the funniest. Did you see the teachers?
I saw your picture there.
No,
It
was
is,
it
yeah, open there.
still?
Went up to the gallery or whatever you want to call it with all the photos.
It's like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it weird?
No, it's alright, like, I have to say it was nowhere near as what I would have thought was intimidating. It was almost therapeutic to a sense of somewhere that which I kind of hated.
The school is bad enough without not being able to read it right, isn't it?
I don't know, what would it be like if I could? I don't know if would I